Yes.
So Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia.
You okay?
No. Not really. What is up, music friends? Okay, I need you to battle for like a minute or two to watch Nancy Pelosi do this absolute word salad thing that I don't even understand. She's basically talking about the populism for me, democracy, and this and that, whatever. If you have any idea what she's saying, please let me know in the comments. I absolutely do not. What I would like to know, though, is how she's been whispering all these little secrets and how her husband made all this money in the stock democracy the last few years. That I would like to know. But if you can get through all that, my man, my new best friend, British hero 007 dude in the same exact environment, just absolutely shreds her. But shreds her with not just gross generalizations and randomness, with receipts, facts, timelines, quotes. Tuxedo helps too. But it's articulate in English.
You speak English?
What country do you think this is?
Beyond all that, guys, this stuff, this political stuff, I know is a distraction for me, for everyone, but I did want you to see some of this after you get through 007. Hey, if you don't want to watch me try to entertain you with the abundant hypocrisies and super weirdness of the left, I understand. But if you do like this video, give it a like. Maybe you can share it with one other person. It helps me generally, and it probably leads someone to one of my songs. I love every damn one of you, and I'll see you real soon. Oh, new song coming out next month as well.
Fact is that using ethno, whether it's people different from me, nationalism, populism, is a very dangerous threat to democracy, not just in America where we're seeing it play out, but in the whole world. In the context of a fight between democracy and autocracy, not mine, but the version of populism, ethno-nationalist populism, which tries to bring down education and fake news, the media, which is a protector of democracy, that version is contributing in countries other than our country and is a danger to democracy. We think democracy is on the ballot in America. It's a victory that we must win because it will only make matters worse if they have another stay at what they're doing to the courts in our country, the fear that they're instilling in jurists in our country, the suppression of the vote in our country, the role of their big, dark, rich, billionaire donors who don't want to pay taxes, suffocating the airways from the fossil fuel industry and the gun industry and the rest of that. So money and populism, sadly, have gone together with this ethno-nationalist, what they call elite, which we call education, free press, and the rest. So I urge you to think in terms of the word. It says it's a threat. You're going to deny that it's a threat to democracy in the versions that have emerged in America so clearly? And why does everybody here say to me, what happens if he gets elected? Well, you can't let that happen because for us, this election is Washington crossing the Delaware.
Yes. Okay.
What an idiot! Oh!
1 to 2 more minutes. I love this dude. Kiss him if he was here. Don't make it weird, right?
Before COVID, intelligence services colluded with big tech to have Trump suspended off Twitter. Yes, the same platform which hosted the Taliban and Ayatollah deaf to Israel Khomeini, they thought the president crossed the line when he tweeted on Jan 6th, quote, "Remain peaceful, no violence, respect the law and our great men and women in blue." That's a quote. You may be thinking now that Trump is a populist. You are right. He didn't accept the 2020 elections, and he should have. So should Hillary in 2016, so should Brussels, and so should Westminster in 2016, and so too should Congresswoman Pelosi, instead of saying the 2016 election was, quote, hijacked. Quote, hijacked. Thank you.
That we don't accept
What about the mainstream media? Let me read you some mainstream media headlines. The New Yorker, the day before the 2016 election. The case against democracy. The Washington Post, the day after the election. The problem with our government is democracy. The LA Times, June 2017. The British election is a reminder of the perils of too much democracy. Vox, June 2017. The two eminent political scientists say the problem with democracy is voters. New York Times, June 2017. The problem with participatory democracy is the participants. Mainstream media elites are part of a class who don't just disdain populism, they disdain the people. If the Democrats had put half their energy into delivering for the people, Trump wouldn't even have a chance in 2024. He shouldn't have a chance. You've had power for 4 years. From the fabricated Steele dossier to trying to take him off the ballot in both Maine and Colorado, the Democrats are the anti-Democrat party. All we need now is the Republicans to come out as the pro-monarchist party. Ladies and gentlemen, populism is not a threat to democracy, but I'll tell you what is. It's elites ordering social media to censor political opponents. It's police shutting down dissenters, be it anti-monarchists in this country or gender-critical voices here, or last week in Brussels, the National Conservative movement. I'll tell you what is a threat to democracy. It's Brussels, DC, Westminster, the mainstream media, big tech, big pharma, corporate collusion, and the Davos cronies. The threat to democracy comes from those who write off ordinary people as deplorable. The threat to democracy comes from those who smear working people as racists. The threat to democracy comes from those who write off working people as populists. And I'll say one last thing. This populist age can be brought to an end at the snap of a finger. All that needs to be done is for elites to start listening to, respecting, and, God forbid, working for ordinary people. Thank you.
Spot on. And can I get an amen? Let's go.
I've been thinking that we really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now.
Yeah.
But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
If any gents are watching this evening and you're thinking of tying the knot, here's President Biden's advice to you.
I say to every young man thinking of getting married, marrying a family with 5 or more daughters. I did. My wife's the oldest of 5 sisters. You know why? One of them will always love you. Not the same one. One of them will always be on your side.
And then there are hugs that keep going and going and going. Joe Biden wouldn't let Hillary go as they met on the tarmac at Scranton Airport. About 4 seconds into the hug, they semi-disengage. Nothing to see here, right? Wrong, because the vice president wouldn't unhand Hillary for almost 16 seconds.
Notice how many times she tries to tap out. She lets it go, he does not. She tap out. No, she's just, no, he's still holding on. Okay, second tap out. For God's sake, Joe, you gotta let go.
Perhaps his most famous hands-on moment came when he put his hands on the wife of Defense Secretary Ash Carter.
Got a lot of thanks to give out.
Conservatives panned it.
This is the creepiest thing.
And so did some liberals.
No, that ain't right, man. That ain't right. Why are you appeared to smell her hair?
How many genders are there?
There's 2.
Why?
That's what God made.
A lot of people now say that like gender is a spectrum. Like
no, dude.
Like I could be a cat.
Don't get it twisted. You'll always be a man, and a cat will always be a cat. Period. There's like what about 120 of them now?
All this new wave stuff it's weird. I'm old school, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
How is Trump racist? Do you want to answer this for me? Nope, this is for you. You made the claim, back it up. He has had multiple people be killed. He has had people be killed. Ma'am, I live in a town where there was riots. Very good. I'm glad that that's where you come from. However, who has he had killed? He has caused his police to do it. He has militia-ized this country. He has militia-ized this country. I can't speak English because I suck at it, but ma'am.
Today.
He calls the erectionists who stormed Capitol Hill patriots. Calls the erectionists. And when I was vice president, things were kind of bad during the pandemic. And what happened was, Barack said to me, go to Detroit. Not long ago, my buddy John McCain passed away. My predecessor friend who went, that's how he ended his career. And what they're going to do is to ensure a national, really endanger our national security. They're going to expend,
If Joe Biden was here right now, what would you tell him?
Tell him to get out of office, man. He's shit up. He's old. He's falling off of bikes. It's over, man. Give it up.
I'll tell him, let Trump back in office. He did better for the black culture.
Trump 2024, man.
Many people know that story about the 2 pots of water and the 2 frogs. So here's how it goes. 2 pots of water. In one pot, you drop the frog in it, and you start to slowly turn up the heat. And that frog will start getting used to the heat as it goes up, and eventually the pot of water will start boiling, and that frog will perish. In the other pot, you first turn up the heat so the water is boiling, you drop that frog in it, that frog is going to jump right out. Let's not be that first frog.
Trump or Biden?
I'm definitely left-leaning, very, very heavily left-leaning.
Do you think that other people would guess that?
You know, socialism is good.
Who do you think this guy is voting for, Trump or Biden?
Oh, that's a Biden voter. I've seen a Biden voter, and that's one of them.
Why?
I mean, TikTok hair.
Who are you voting for, Trump or Biden?
This guy right here.
You think other people would guess that?
Probably.
Who do you think this guy is voting for, Trump or Biden?
He has a Trump shirt on, but maybe it's ironic. So Biden?
Nope. And who would you vote for, Trump or Biden?
I would vote for Biden, I guess, if a gun was to my head.
Why?
I don't know.
Do you think other people would guess that?
Yeah, look at me. I have a nose piercing. You can tell who I'm voting for. You know who I'm voting for.
Who do you think this person will vote for, Trump or Biden?
That's definitely got to be a Biden supporter right there.
Why?
It's kind of, simple. You can just tell that she likes poverty.
To know, and I think the thing about, let me put this way.
Are you going to go that way?
You go that way, I'll go this way? She's going that way, I'm going this way.
Yes.
Okay. And I've been cheating on you, babe, with my pen and just that microphone. Oh!